Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to make this 3-in-1 headband. It's very easy to make. I will make the tutorial beginner friendly, so it's gonna be a little bit slower than my usual videos. But for you to make this, you need to have some yarn. I'm going to use this burnt orange. It's double knit category 3 yarn, a 4mm hook, a tail scissors, and a darning needle. And the stitches you're going to need are the single crochet, back loop single crochet, double crochet, and front post double crochet. So let's begin. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to make a slip knot, and then you're going to make a chain of 19. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19. And then in the second stitch from the hook, which is 1 and 2, you're going to work a single crochet. I work the single crochets in the back palms, but you can work it any way you want, because at the end of the day, this section we're going to join it at the end. So we're going to join it. So it really doesn't matter. But anyway, I'm going to work a single crochet in the second stitch from the hook. So I'm going to work, insert your yarn, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and pull through. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and continue until the end of the row. And that's your first row complete. And then the second row, you're going to chain 1 and turn. This chain 1 doesn't count as a stitch, and you're going to make a single crochet in the same stitch through both loops. And then in the next stitch, you're going to work only in the back loops. So there are 2 loops here. You work on the loop away from you. So you're going to insert your hook and work a single crochet. And continue until you have 1 stitch left. And now you have 1 stitch left, and in the last stitch you're going to work through both loops. This just makes a nice finished edge. Then you're going to chain 1 and turn. The third row is going to be exactly the same as the second row. Work a single crochet in the same stitch where you made the chain 1, and then work back loop single crochet, and in the very last stitch you work a single crochet. So we're going to continue with these rows until you have 14 rows in total. So I'm going to go off camera and I'm going to work my 14 rows, and I'm going to come back and we can start working the body. And before I go, you should have 18 stitches in total. So I'll see you when I'm done. Now I have my 14 rows complete in the back loop single crochet. Now we're going to start what I call the body of the pattern. So the pattern is going to be divided into 2 sections. You're going to have the edges, which are the sides, and then you're going to have what I call the body, which is the center part, which is going to be a different stage. So the sides will still be a back loop single crochets, but the center we're going to work the cross front post double crochet. So let's start. So the first thing is you're going to chain 1 and turn, and then you're going to single crochet in the same stitch, and then back loop single crochet in the next 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So in total, you're going to have 5 back loop stitches on the side. Then you're going to double crochet 8 stitches. 1. So to double crochet, you yarn over, insert your hook through both loops. The double crochets you're going to work through both loops. Pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through 2. Let's do it again. Yarn over, insert your hook through both loops, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. And continue until you have a total of 8 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Then you have 5 stitches left. You're going to work back loops single crochets. So back loops 1, 2, 3, 4, and in the last stitch you work a normal single crochet through both loops to finish. This will be the 16th row. For the 17th row, you're going to chain 1 and turn, and then work a single crochet in the same stitch as your chain 1, and then back loop single crochet in the next 4 stitches. 2, 3, and 4. So in total you have 5. So basically your beginning and your end 5 stitches will be back loop single crochets. And when you get to the body now, where you started working your double crochet, we're going to work the front post double crochet, which is yarn over. You're going to skip the first double crochet and go at the back of the second double crochet, like so. Yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. And then you're going to go back to the skip stitch. So you will yarn over, go back into the stitch that you've skipped, insert your hook, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. So we'll do this for all the 8 stitches. So the second time, let's do it again. Yarn over, skip the next stitch, go into the next stitch but under the post like this, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2, then go back and work a double crochet, a normal double crochet in the stitch that you skipped. And we're going to do the last 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we have 5 stitches left, and these 5 stitches in every row we're going to work them in back loop single crochet, and the last one is just going to be a normal single crochet, chain 1 and turn. So that's row 17. So row 18, we are going to increase. What we want is to have this shape. So we have to do a little bit of increasing, and at the end we're going to decrease. So let's increase. And to increase, you first start with your 5 stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5. These stitches are worked in back loop single crochet. Then when you get here, now another thing that's important is where you're working your double crochets, that's the wrong side of your work. Just bear that in mind. It's going to matter when you're joining your work. So to increase, you're going to work 2 double crochets in the 6th stitch. 1, 2 in the same stitch, and then you're going to work double crochet in the next 6 stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then in the Next stitch, you're going to work 2 double crochets, 1 and 2, and then you have your 5 stitches that I worked 4 in back loop single crochets, and the last one in a single crochet. Chain 1 and turn. So in total now you have 20 stitches in total because you've added 2 stitches there. Then we're going to work the next round starting with the single crochet and then 4 back loops, 3, 4, and then we're going to work the crossed front post double crochet the normal way. So you're going to front post, skip the one and front post, and then go back to the skipped stitch. Skip, front post, and then go back and work the double crochet. Front post, and then work the double crochet. Front post, and then work a double crochet, skip stitch, skip, front post, and work a double crochet, and then work your single back loop single crochets in the 4, and then a single crochet in the last one. That's the increase. So we're going to be increasing every 4th row from here until we have a total of 26 stitches. So the next round we're not going to increase, we're just going to work all the stitches. First we do the 4 back loops, 3, 4, then you work double crochets on top of the cross front post double crochet. So you work your double crochets as normal, you do not increase, and then finish with your back loop, and then chain 1 and turn. And then this round, no increase. The round will work the front post double crochets, there are not going to be any increases. So this is the 3rd row from the first increase. 5, 4, and then you work your back loop, sorry, your front post double crochet. And when we get here, you work your normal 4 back loop double crochets and finish the round with a single crochet. 4 back loop single crochet and finish the round with a single crochet. Then we're going to chain 1 and turn. And in this round, this is an increase round. Remember, we're increasing every 4th row from the first increase. So we've done 3 rows, the crossed, the double crochet, and the crossed. Now it's time for us to increase again. And we're going to continue like this until you have a total of 26 stitches. So we're going to do this increase together, 1, and then I'm going to go off camera to work. So we start with the single crochet in the same stitch and 4 back loop single crochets. And since this is the increase row, you're going to work 2 double crochets in the 6th stitch, and then work double crochet in the next 8 stitches, and 8, and then in the next stitch work 2 double crochets in the same stitch, and then finish with your 4 back loop single crochets, 3, 4, and then a single crochet at the end. Chain 1. So by the end of this row, you should have a total of 22 stitches. So we're going to work the next 3 rows without increasing and then increasing again. So continue to work in this manner until you have a total of 26 stitches from the beginning to the end. I'm going to go off camera and I'm going to work, and then I'm going to come back so that we can work the next step. So I'm now done with my increase, and then in the next 7 rows we're not going to increase. So your next 7 rows will have 26 stitches each. You just continue working the pattern as is. So in this round we're going to chain 1 and turn and just work as normal. You continue working for the next 6 rows, and then we're going to come back and we're going to start the decrease. So I'm going to go off camera to work my next 6 rows of 26 stitches each, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to decrease. So I'm done with the additional 6 rows. At this point you should have a total of 36 rows from the start, and now we're going to start decreasing. So you're going to chain 1 and then work your double crochet, your single crochet, and then your 4 back loop single crochet and 4. And when you get here to decrease, what we're going to do, we're just going to be skipping a stitch. So in the 6th stitch, you're still going to double crochet and then skip the next stitch and then work double crochets and work double crochets in the next 11 stitches. And then when you get to the 12th stitch, you're going to skip and then work a double crochet in the next stitch so that this side is the same as this side. Then work your 4 back loop single crochets, 3, 4, and then your single crochet, chain 1 and turn. The next row we're going to work the front post double crochet without decreasing. So we're not decreasing. So you work your first front post, so skip the double crochet, and you're going to have this gap because you skipped a stitch, but don't worry about it. Go into the next double crochet and work your front post double crochet, then work in your skipped double crochet and continue. And now at the end of this row you're going to have 24 stitches because we have decreased to 1 on this side and 1 on this side. And in the next stitch, in the next row, you're going to chain 1, turn, and then work your normal single crochet and then 4 back loop single crochets. And then you're going to get here where you have your first double crochet and that gap where you skipped a stitch and then your double crochet. So you're going to go into the second double crochet and work your front post double crochet, and then go back and work a double crochet in the skipped stitch and continue until as normal until the end of the row. And the same thing when you get here, you work your double crochet, ignore the skip stitch, and then work your, you're going to work a front post double crochet. And then as per normal, when you get here, as per normal, you're going to work your front post double crochet and then work back a double crochet and finish with your 4 back loop single crochets, 4, and then a single crochet in 1 and turn. The next 2 rows, you're not going to decrease, so you'll be working with 24 stitches, no decrease, so work as per the normal. And since this is the wrong side, this is where we work the double crochets. So you just work your double crochet. And now, just like we did on this side, increasing every 4th row, we're going to be decreasing every 4th row. So this is the decrease row, and I'm starting with my single crochet and then my 4 back loop single crochets, and then to decrease, skip the first 6, skip the 6th double crochet and work in the next double crochet. So continue with this decrease every 4th row, that is the double crochet row, until you have 18 stitches left in total from the beginning to the end. So continue until you have decreasing every 4th row until you have 18 stitches left, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to work the last part of the ear warmer, neck warmer. So I'll see you when I'm done. So now I've decreased every 4th row until I have 18 stitches, which is what I started with, and this is my last decrease row. So I'm going to chain 1 and turn and work the front post double crochet side, single crochet, and then 4 back loop single crochets, and then work my front post double crochet, and then finish with the 4 back loop single crochets, 2, 3, 4, and the single crochet in the last stitch. So this is the end of the body of the ear warmer. Now we're going to, so at the end of this row, you should have 50 rows in total from the beginning. So you should have 50 rows in total. And now we're going to work the back part of the ear warmer, which is actually just a repetition of what happened here. So we're just going to work back loop single crochets for 15 rows. So we're going to start at the beginning with a single crochet in the same stitch, and then back loop single crochets. Make sure that you still have 18 stitches, otherwise your piece will be crooked. You won't be able to join it properly. So work your back loop single crochets. That's your first back loop single crochet row, chain 1 and turn. And we're going to continue working in the back loop single crochet until you have a total of 14 back loop single crochets on this side. Then we're going to come back and we're going to join it together. So I'm going to see you when I am done with my 14 rows. So I've now done 14 rows in back loop single crochets, and this is how my piece looks like at the moment. And then you're going to turn. I've now done my 14 rows, and this is how my piece looks like at the moment. So I'm going to turn it to the wrong side. The wrong side is the side that you were working the double crochet. So that's the wrong side. And then we're going to join the 2 sides together. And so we're going to use the slip stitch method because it gives the finish of another row. So if you won't really see it unless if you look closely or you are a crocheter, then you can actually see that's a join. But on the wrong side, it's going to look like this. as well. So that's the method you're going to use. But if you don't want to use that method, you can use any other method. But I prefer this one because of how it's going to look when it's finished. So at the end of this row, you should have 18 stitches on both sides, also making it easy to join. So you're going to insert your hook through the first side, and then insert your hook through the loop of the yarn you're working with. Then pull through, and then you're just going to insert through the 4 loops of both sides of the stitches and pull through both loops on the hook. Just follow the stitches the way they are. Evenly, as I said, both sides you should have 14 stitches. And once you're done with this, you can weave in your ends and you're done. And now you're done. You'll just turn your ear warmer to the right side and it's ready to be worn. I wouldn't block this at all because we still want the elasticity, and I'm using acrylic yarn, so there's no need to block. So if you enjoyed this tutorial, don't forget to subscribe, turn on post notifications. Until next time, thank you for watching.